Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
AFP honors wounded soldiers for bravery in Maguindanao election patrol. 4th IB recovers NPA war material in Mindoro after post-election operations. COMELEC to proclaim partyless winners today. DepEd warns public against viral misinformation that there would be grade 13 in the upcoming school year.
Hello to everyone as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Monday, May 19, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rob Suzonabay for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, 6th Infantry Campilan Division Commander Major General Donald Gumiran awarded the Wounded Personnel Medal to 2 wounded soldiers after they sustained injuries during an ambush in Sharif Aguac, Maguindanao del Sur. 2nd Lieutenant Ken Carrion and Corporal Kevin Galanza of 33rd Infantry Battalion were attacked while conducting election patrols and are now recovering at Camp Shongko Station Hospital. The Army praised their dedication amid challenging political conditions.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Government troops recovered war material abandoned by fleeing New People's Army terrorists in Mansalay, Oriental Mindoro following intensified security operations after the midterm elections. Soldiers from the 4th Infantry Battalion seized a .22 rifle, ICOM radio, charger, and personal items. 2nd Infantry Division Commander Major General Cerillo Balaoro Jr. praised the troops' efforts. He also urged the remaining rebels to surrender under the government's amnesty program.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now some information from SHI about Philippine Navy promotes 3 senior enlisted leaders to Chief Master Sergeants.
Yes, good afternoon. The Philippine Navy promoted 3 senior enlisted leaders to Chief Master Sergeant in a donning of rank ceremony held at Navy headquarters in Manila. Vice Admiral Jose Maria Ambrosio Espeleta, the Navy's flag officer in command, led the ceremony and personally donned the new ranks to Chief Master Sergeant Romel Carbon, Chief Master Sergeant Albert Lopez, and Chief Master Sergeant Rodolfo Ardiles. In his address, Vice Admiral Espeleta reminded the newly promoted leaders of their greater responsibility to serve and protect the nation. He also emphasized their vital role in mentoring junior personnel and upholding the Navy's standards of leadership and excellence. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Naval Forces Central officially welcomed BRP Rafael Pargas or PC-379 into its operational fleet during an arrival ceremony held at Captain Veloso Pierre Naval Base Rafael Ramos, Lapu City. The patrol craft Jose Andrada class vessel joins Naval Task Force 50 to boost coastal patrol, interdiction, and maritime defense capabilities in the Visayas. Before docking, BRP Enrique Huarado or the PC-371 conducted a rendezvous and passing exercise with BRP Pargas that symbolizes the ship's formal integration into the fleet. Captain Welmer Basse, the acting commander of the NTF-50, led the ceremony and commended the officers and crew for their safe arrival.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines debunked a viral online claim that BRP Sierra Madre recently received a fresh paint job. The vessel shown in the circulating photo is actually BRP Laguna LD-501, not the grounded BRP Sierra Madre, which carries the hull number LS-57. The AFP urged the public to verify information before sharing, warning that misidentifying military assets can cause confusion. For verified updates, the AFP advises following its official pages and trusted news sources.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Meljoy of First CRG about 5th ID honors fallen heroes with wreath-laying ceremony in its 44th founding anniversary.
Yes, Rolf, in a solemn remembrance of its gallant warriors, the 5th Infantry Division commenced its 44th founding anniversary with a wreath-laying ceremony held at the Northern Troopers Memorial Ground. The ceremony paid tribute to the brave Star Troopers who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to the nation and the Filipino people. This annual tradition of 5th Infantry Division is a heartfelt homage to the courage, dedication, and heroism of its fallen heroes, whose legacy continues to inspire present and future generations of soldiers. The event was graced by Undersecretary Reynaldo B. Mapago, Administrator of Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, who served as the guest of honor alongside Major General Gulliver L. Señeres, Commander of the 5th Infantry Division. Officers and enlisted personnel gathered in unity, reaffirming the division's enduring values of malasakit, disiplina, galing, sandigan ng bayan para sa bagong Pilipinas. Undersecretary Mapago reflected on the critical role of the 5th Infantry Division has played throughout the years in securing Northern Luzon and the Cordillera. The wreath-laying ceremony marks the beginning of a week-long celebration of the 5th Infantry Division's founding anniversary with a series of events honoring the past, celebrating the present, and shaping a future anchored in service and patriotism. This is Meljo Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy from First CRG.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. honored the 54 women among the 266 graduates of the Philippine Military Academy Siklab Laya class of 2025, praising them as proof that courage, intelligence, and excellence transcend gender. Speaking at Fort Del Pilar in Baguio City, he said that the female cadets serve as an inspiration to young girls aspiring to contribute meaningfully to the nation. Of the new graduates, 137 will join the Philippine Army, 71 the Philippine Navy, and 58 in the Philippine Air Force. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. also urged them to embrace modern warfare challenges and emphasize the importance of cyber defense alongside the traditional battlefields.
DWDD National News.
And now for our national news, the Commission on Elections will proclaim the winning party list groups today, May 19. The party list will have 63 sectoral seats, representing 20% of the membership of the House of Representatives. The COMELEC, sitting as the National Board of Canvassers, has completed tallying the party list votes, along with a 12-man senatorial contest. The winning senators were proclaimed last Saturday.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our report on the ground, let's hear the report of Bea about Philippine Navy hosts shipboard tour ahead of 127th anniversary.
The Philippine fleet hosted a shipboard tour aboard BRP Jose Rizal FF150 and BRP Davao del Sur LD602 at Quai 7 Naval Operating Base Subic as part of the Philippine Navy's 127th anniversary activities. 51 participants from Walter Mart, Subic's Municipal Health Office, Agusuhin High School, and local youth joined the tour. They gained first-hand insight into the Navy's professionalism, capabilities, and operational readiness. The initiative aims to promote maritime awareness, build public trust, and strengthen civil-military relations while inspiring the next generation to support the country's maritime security efforts. This Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Commission on Elections is now preparing for the first parliamentary polls in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. The BARM elections will be conducted in October. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said the poll officials would consider the lessons learned in the conduct of the May 12 elections. He said up to 7,000 automated counting machines would also be used in BARM. Garcia explained that they want to have contingency machines on standby in every polling precinct.
DWDD National News.
The Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting said there are no serious anomalies in the conduct of recent elections. In their IT report, the PPCRV said no precincts transmitted their ballots before closing time, and no precinct transmitted multiple results for a given candidate in different election returns. Despite earlier allegations, PPCRV added that no precinct had multiple transmissions. In addition to this, no municipality had an overvoting rate of 95%.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let's hear some information from Juan about NOLCOM AFP asserts sovereignty over Philippine rise in 8th anniversary observance.
The Northern Luzon Command Armed Forces of the Philippines, led by Lieutenant General Fernil G. Buca, Philippine Air Force, reaffirmed the Philippines' sovereign rights over the Philippine rise through a series of strategic maritime and commemorative activities marking the 8th anniversary of its official renaming. The two-day event commenced on May 16 with the send-off ceremony of BRP Emilio Jacinto at Soiltech Pier San Fernando, La Union. The vessel and its crew received formal inspection and blessing before sailing to the Philippine rise to serve as the Armed Forces representative force in a symbolic and strategic mission. Present during the send-offs were senior AFP leaders and key stakeholders from the civilian maritime sector who expressed solidarity in the national effort to secure the country's eastern frontier. Their presence underscored the whole-of-nation approach to maritime awareness and defense. In his message, Lieutenant General Buca emphasized the deeper meaning behind the activity, stating that the Philippine rise is not just a part of our territory, but a part of our identity. Added that the ceremony was not merely a ceremonial departure, but a reaffirmation of our unwavering commitment to protect what is ours. The Philippine Rise, officially renamed from Benham Rise through Executive Order No. 25, is a 13 million hectare undersea plateau east of Luzon, rich in marine biodiversity and natural resources. It plays a vital role in national food security and defense strategy. NOLCOM continues to perform its critical mission as a jointly engaged, sustainment maintained, and readiness trained force by conducting regular maritime patrol, surveillance operations, and interagency coordination to deter illicit activities and secure national resources. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Juan, from NOLCOM.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, Senator Lauren Legarda called on the Commission on Elections to provide greater access to election data. This aims to deepen public engagement and further promote transparency. Legarda said the COMELEC portal could include key details about candidates, such as whether they are re-electionists or first-time contenders. She also mentioned that the data could also include present and historical voting records, disaggregated by age, sex, gender, region, ethnicity, educational attainment, and other relevant indicators. Legarda then lauded the COMELEC for last week's midterm elections.
DWDD National News.
President Ferry Marcos Jr. said it was now time to put the politics aside and get on with the work of nation building. During Alianza's Thanksgiving party at the Bagong Pilipinas headquarters in Mandaluyong City, he said that political differences were a distraction to governance. Marcos added that it is now time to discuss developmental issues, healthcare issues, education issues, agricultural issues, and supply issues, among other things. The chief executive then expressed hope that the progress made under his administration would be sustained until the end of his term in 2028.
Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Mike, 7th IB Honors retiree for dedicated service.
Yes, the 73rd Infantry Neutralizer Battalion honored a retiring personnel during a flag retreat ceremony at headquarters, 73rd IB, Barangay Feles, Malita, Davao Occidental. The unit presented a plaque of appreciation to Captain Sean Amiao, Philippine Army, in recognition of the retirees' invaluable service and commitment to the battalion's mission. 73rd IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel J. Chris G. John P. Mendoza commended the retiree as a role model and urged troops to take pride in their service, vowing to uphold the legacy left behind. The ceremony emphasized the enduring impact of the retirees' contribution on the unit history and values. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mike.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, newly appointed Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Administrator Patricia Yvonne Kaunan would push for programs that prioritize health and literacy of overseas Filipino workers. She said they would study how to expand the scholarship program to include not only the children of OFWs but the OFWs themselves. Kaunan explained that some OFWs who have multiple jobs were often victimized by illegal recruiters. The new OWA administrator also vowed to improve OWA's digital services to make it easier and faster for OFWs to transact with the agency and avail of its programs.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Education has debunked a viral Facebook post falsely claiming that a grade 13 will be added to the senior high school program in school year 2025 to 2026. DepEd clarified there is no truth to the circulating image. The agency then reminded the public to remain vigilant against misinformation and to verify information only through official channels. The Education Department is also urging the public to follow its official social media platforms for verified updates on basic education.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from CJ about 3rd ID holds blood donation drive for its 51st anniversary.
The Army's 3rd Infantry Division organized a blood donation drive at their headquarters in Camp General Macario B. Peralta Jr., Hamindan, Capiz, as part of the pre-celebration activities for its 51st anniversary. The event united military personnel and volunteers to collect 71 blood bags. 3 Commander Major General Michael G. Samson highlighted the drive's importance, saying it demonstrates their commitment to both national security and humanitarian service. He also praised the participants for showing that service extends beyond the battlefield. This is CJ reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, CJ.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Commission on Appointments will consider the appointment of Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon on June 3. See Assistant Minority Leader Surigao del Sur's 2nd District Representative Johnny Pimentel explained that appointments made while Congress is not in session are considered ad interim appointments. Ad interim appointments have immediate effect, thus individuals with ad interim appointments may immediately enter upon the discharge of their functions. Congress, which is currently on a break, will resume session on June 2.
DWDD National News.
For the first time, the Philippines will lead the World Health Assembly. The Department of Foreign Affairs announced that the country is expanding its role in global health diplomacy as the president of the World Health Assembly this year. The World Health Assembly is the decision-making body of the World Health Organization. DFA added that Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa earlier met with WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus for an important exchange on shared global health priorities.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Norman about 73rd IB Davao Occidental hold workshop to boost amnesty legal case management.
The 73rd Infantry Battalion, in partnership with the Davao Occidental Provincial Government and key agencies, conducted a 3-day legal case management and amnesty application workshop Barangay Feliz, Malita, Davao Occidental. The activity aimed to strengthen the province's PTF-ELCAC mechanism through the ECLIP and Amnesty Program cluster by improving policies that manage and resolve cases involving former rebels. 73 IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Jai Chris John Mendoza highlighted the workshop's role in advancing conflict transformation and reintegration. The 73 IB reaffirmed its commitment to peace building and supporting former rebels in becoming responsible, empowered citizens. This is Norman reporting for AFP Community News, 1AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Norman.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health gave assurances that there is no cause for alarm despite the reported surge in COVID-19 cases in some Southeast Asian countries. The agency said that they are actively coordinating through established mechanisms like the CN. This gives the DOH verified information and boosts readiness. Hong Kong and Singapore earlier noted a surge in COVID-19 cases.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast, and thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Ralph Susan Abay for AFP Community News, 1AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.